Welcome to the deep dive. So, you're interested in the Tesla story.
You want to go deeper than just Elon Musk is a genius.
Right.
We got you.
Our sources show us it was way more than one brilliant guy.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people, really.
Some you've probably never even heard of.
Absolutely. All crucial to making Tesla what it is today.
And you know what? It wasn't always smooth sailing.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
Lots of clashes.
Near-death experiences for the company.
Some really scrappy, innovative stuff, especially in the early days.
Definitely. Buckle up.
Get ready for some surprises.
Yeah, we're going to debunk a big myth right off the bat.
Elon Musk didn't actually found Tesla.
That's right.
Nope.
The real founders, they were Martin Eberhard,
Okay.
who actually got the nickname Mr. Tesla, which is pretty cool,
Wow, Mr. Tesla.
and an engineer named Mark Tarpenning.
So where does Musk come in?
Musk was an early investor, but his role was very different back then.
So what pulled this future tech titan into a tiny electric car company?
Well, our sources point to one guy in particular,
Yeah.
engineer J.B. Straubel.
Okay.
He was kind of the catalyst.
And get this.
What?
Straubel was literally stuffing thousands of laptop batteries into a car.
You know, right?
To make that first Tesla Roadster?
You don't see that in a business school case study.
That's wild.
Yeah. Straubel's super unconventional, and he was a total expert in battery tech.
Right.
And that was a huge draw for Musk, who was already, fascinated by electric vehicles.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see how that would appeal to him.
Yeah.
But even in those early days, that there were these different visions at play.
Totally.
Eberhard wanted to start with a luxury sports car, right?
Yeah. Capture attention, early adopters,
Display.
the halo effect.
But Musk, he was already thinking bigger, aiming to disrupt the entire auto industry.
Absolutely. Mass market disruption. That was the goal.
So you've got this tension, right?
Yeah.
Eberhard's focused approach.
Right.
Versus Musk's grand ambitions.
Totally different scales.
But for the Roadster, it was a pretty potent combo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they bring in Lotus for design.
Okay.
They've got Straubels, like battery wizardry, and Eberhard leading the product development.
Sounds like a dream team on paper.
It does.
But I'm guessing bringing a high-performance electric sports car to life wasn't exactly easy.
No, far from it.
Oh.
Our sources describe some serious challenges.
Like what?
Logistical nightmares, budget overruns. I mean, the kind of stuff any entrepreneur,
Right.
even on a way smaller scale, can relate to.
Yeah.
It was messy.
It's a good reminder that even the most innovative companies, right?
Uh-huh.
They face those make-or-break moments.
You do.
And for Tesla, these struggles were a real turning point for Musk's role.
Oh, for sure.
How so?
As the pressure mounted, Musk had to get more hands-on.
Right.
Eventually, that led to Eberhard being pushed out,
Oh, wow.
and Musk solidified his leadership.
So this is where his 10-year three-step plan comes in.
This is it, yeah.
Yeah.
His roadmap for Tesla to go from, niche player
Right.
to industry disruptor.
Okay, so we've got the backdrop, we've got the key players.
Yep.
Musk's big vision is starting to take shape,
It is.
but a visionary idea needs fuel.
True.
And for Tesla, that fuel was cash.
Lots of it.
Tons of it. They were burning through money.
Yeah.
Those early struggles, they put their future in real jeopardy.
League time.
So how did Musk keep the dream alive?
This is where his relentless drive and, frankly, his ability to take risks really shines through.
All right, I'm ready for some high-stakes maneuvering.
Oh, yeah.
How did he get the funding to fuel this ambitious future?
It wasn't your typical pitch deck.
Right.
He had to hustle
Okay.
in ways most CEOs wouldn't even consider.
Like what?
Well, he managed to get a $465 million loan from the U.S. Department of Energy.
Wow.
Pretty controversial, by the way, back in 2009.
Right. Government bailouts were a huge topic.
Yeah, it was a minefield.
So he's navigating this political minefield, but I'm guessing that wasn't his only move.
Not even close. He also got Daimler,
Daimler.
the parent company of Mercedes-Benz,
Wow.
to make a strategic investment in Tesla.
Okay, that's huge.
It was.
Like one of the giants of the automotive world
Right.
putting their faith in Tesla.
Exactly.
But our sources also say that Musk wasn't just relying on outside investors.
Right?
He put his own money on the line, and we're talking serious cash.
A lot of it.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
More than just spare change.
Way more.
What, like 20 million of his personal fortune?
20 million into Tesla.
Wow. And this wasn't just any money, right?
No, this is money from SpaceX,
SpaceX.
his other venture.
Wow.
which was also, having its own financial ups and downs at the time.
So he's betting the farm on both companies.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, that level of risk,
It's
belief in his vision, it's hard to grasp.
And it wasn't just about the money. His behavior leading up to Tesla's IPO.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say it was a little unconventional.
Unconventional is putting it mildly.
So, during his divorce, which was happening around the same time, he downplayed his own wealth.
I'm sure his lawyers love that.
I bet. And then, during those crucial investor meetings, leading up to the IPO,
right,
he's more focused on SpaceX than Tesla.
Seems about right.
Not exactly the Wall Street darling CEO.
Nope.
But hey, it worked.
It did.
I mean, it's this mix of genius and, well, a little eccentricity.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's fascinating.
It is, right.
Like his personality, his boldness, that unconventionality, it's all woven into Tesla's story.
Oh, absolutely.
But getting the funding was only half the battle.
Right.
They needed a team.
They did.
And a structure that could actually turn Musk's vision into reality.
Exactly. So we were talking about Musk's, unconventional approach.
Right. And that didn't stop with funding.
Okay.
He brought that same energy, disruptive energy, to building the company itself.
So they have the money, but they're still super reliant on outside partners.
Yeah.
And still facing those logistical headaches. Sounds like they needed a major shift to really, scale up.
You got it.
Control their own destiny.
And this is where J.B. Straubel, the battery guru, comes back in.
Okay.
He was pushing for Tesla to go all in on vertical integration.
Vertical integration. Okay, for those of us who don't speak, corporate jargon, explain it like I'm 5.
Okay, so imagine you want to bake a cake.
Okay, I like cake.
Vertical integration is like saying, instead of buying a cake mix, you're going to grow your own wheat, you're going to mill your own flour, get your eggs from your own chickens.
I see. So Tesla's doing that, but with cars.
Exactly. Instead of relying on all these different suppliers, they wanted to bring most of that production in-house. Makes sense, especially with those delays, the cost overruns.
Exactly. They realized to really innovate, to control the quality, they had to own more of the process.
So this is the birth of the Gigafactory.
That's it.
Those massive factories.
It's huge.
That could produce, everything.
Batteries, motors, eventually whole vehicles, all in one place.
And that's become, the symbol of Tesla, right?
Pretty much.
But did Musk buy into this whole Gigafactory thing right away?
He did, but it was more than just practicality.
Okay.
Remember how he got those investments?
Yeah.
That same, challenge the status quo thinking applied to how he built his team, too.
Okay, how so?
He was looking for a very specific kind of talent.
Right.
And he found inspiration in a surprising place.
Where?
The military.
Military, special ops.
Yeah.
Top secret missions.
Exactly. It was actually Peter Rawlinson, one of Tesla's top engineers.
Oh, okay.
Who came up with this special forces analogy.
For building a car company.
For building, high-performing teams.
I see.
Instead of big, slow-moving hierarchies.
Right.
He wanted these small, super-skilled teams.
Okay.
That could move fast, be precise.
Like a crack team of engineers.
Exactly. Storming the automotive world.
I bet Musk loved that.
Oh, he did. It totally fit his style,
Yeah.
Agility, pushing boundaries.
That's Musk.
So, to lead this Special Forces unit at the California factory, Musk brings in Doug Field.
Doug Field, okay.
Veteran of, wait for it, Apple.
Apple.
Yeah, the iPhone people.
What was an Apple exec doing at a car company?
Well, Field had this unique mix of experience.
Okay.
Early in his career, he did automotive engineering at Ford. But then he spent years at Apple leading those teams, known for their, design, their manufacturing.
Right.
Musk wanted him to get the California factory running smoothly.
Makes sense.
But the big thing was leading the development of the Model 3.
Tesla's first real attempt at a mass-market car?
Yeah. Exactly. A car for the people.
Okay, so things are really starting to come together, right?
Yeah.
Funding, the factories, a team built for speed, innovation. Seems like Tesla's about to take off.
You'd think so, right?
But I'm sensing a but coming.
Well, it wasn't all smooth sailing.
What kind of hurdles are we talking about?
This is where that tension between Musk's leadership style and the need for, stability really starts to show.
Okay, so we've got this infling mix going on at Tesla.
Yeah.
You've got this visionary leader, a team that's built for speed, groundbreaking tech.
Right.
But you're saying that Musk's demanding style, that intensity,
Yeah.
it started to create some real friction as the company grew.
It's classic, you know?
What do you mean?
Ambition bumping up against reality. Our sources talk about this company that's moving at warp speed.
Right.
Pushing the limits of what's possible.
But also hitting some bumps along the way.
Exactly, growing pains. And remember Doug Field?
The ex-Apple guy.
Leading Model 3 production?
Yeah.
There's this one story that kind of sums it up.
Okay, what happened?
Musk is, like, ripping into Field over production delays.
Oh, no.
But get this.
Ooh.
Musk himself has been MIA from the factory for months.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So he's, like, expecting miracles while he's off doing other things?
It definitely put a ton of pressure on the team.
And I'm guessing that kind of pressure led to some departures.
It contributed to, a lot of turnover at the top.
So Eberhard's gone.
Yep.
Doug Field eventually leaves. Even George Blankenship, the sales guy from Apple.
Yeah, he's out too.
Wow. So even the people initially drawn to Musk's vision,
right,
they couldn't handle the intensity.
It makes you wonder, right?
Yeah, like, is that the cost of working with a visionary leader? Or is it a sign of something,
deeper?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Right. Like, can that level of intensity be sustained long term? And what about the people, the toll it takes on them?
Exactly.
It's a trade-off, right?
For sure.
Could Tesla have done all this without that pedal-to-the-metal approach?
It's hard to say.
I mean, they did disrupt a century-old industry.
They did.
That's insane.
Totally.
Did Musk's drive, pushing everyone to the limit, did it actually work?
I mean, you can't argue with the results.
No.
But our sources point out they had delays.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The Roadster, Model S, even the Model 3.
Huh. So even with the Special Forces team, the Gigafactory, they couldn't escape the realities of manufacturing.
What?
But then how did Tesla become this global phenomenon? I mean, their market cap rivals even surpasses some of the biggest, oldest car companies. How'd they pull that off?
It wasn't just about building cars. It was about the experience.
The experience.
Tesla, they focused on early adopters.
Okay.
The tech-savvy people who wanted the newest thing.
Right.
The car from the future.
Yeah, they were willing to pay a premium for that.
Absolutely, for the innovation, the feeling of being part of something new.
So they tapped into this cool factor that the old school car companies missed.
Completely. Tesla was selling a lifestyle.
Yeah, a vision.
A vision of the future.
Not just a car.
And then they went global fast.
Especially China.
Oh, yeah, the Shanghai Gigafactory.
That's huge.
A cornerstone of their strategy.
Yeah.
And looking back, Musk's three-step plan.
That long-term vision, it actually worked.
It just took longer. Right?
Way messier and definitely more dramatic.
It's a wild story.
It is.
We started thinking about Elon Musk, this lone genius.
The myth.
But what we found is way more complex.
Much more nuanced.
It was a whole team, all these different people, navigating the ups and downs of building a company.
That's changing the world.
And that's what we want you to think about.
Yeah.
Was Tesla's success because of Musk's style? Or in spite of it?
Can you replicate that? Or was it just him? His personality, his risk tolerance?
Good question.
Is there a balance,
between vision
and building a stable team?
Something to think about.
Big thanks to all our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into Tesla.
It's a story that's still unfolding.
And we can't wait to see what happens next.
Stay tuned.
Keep those gears turning.